And for the record, I did call Columbus was going to win that game on Extra Time Radio. And everybody else picked New England. They're like, New England's too good, dude. They're too good. They're on a roll right now. Hottest team in MLS. And I was like, Columbus is going to win.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of This Week in MLS.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
You hang out with Kristaps Porzingis.
I did.
I didn't get the invite.
I did. You were invited.
How was it?
That's like, it was amazing. He's like the coolest, chillest guy, obviously ridiculously tall.
Wait, I saw that picture. He made David Villa look like
it was
a
hysterical.
shrimp.
David Villa looked like a hobbit next
Yeah.
to him in that jersey. It was so funny.
That's fun.
No,
I
he
can't
was
wait to
so
see it.
into it though. He loved it. I'm really excited for that episode of BTW.
Yes,
gonna be
MLSsoccer.com.
good.
Check it out. It's
It's
coming
going to
soon.
be good stuff. All right, but right now we're going to start in LA, where the Sounders handed the Galaxy their first home loss of the season, a big 4-1 win behind 2 more goals from Jordan Morris. He has set a record now. Most goals by an American rookie. And you look at that table, they're 3 points behind their rival Portland for that last playoff spot. They have 5 games left though, Calen.
Yes,
And
that's 2 in
most
hand
teams, yeah,
over.
most teams only have 3. So,
Right.
so what does that mean?
I mean, it's incredible. I actually think they are in a great position to make the playoffs. Tons of momentum. LA Galaxy, it's their first home loss of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not an easy place to go in and win. Jordan Morris, Stara has had a tough day trying to track him down. You
Yeah.
see that speed. Look, that's not a complicated play. Really just is able to get a touch around him. But then the great part is Jordan, the outside of the right foot finish, upper corner, made it look casual. You can see how confident he is right now. 12 goals on the season. That's a new record for American rookies in MLS. And then the second one, he has a bit of composure, takes his time when it bounces him to the box. And then for all the doubters, tell him, Jordan, let those haters see you score with the left foot too. So 4-2, big win for the Sounders.
So do you see them kind of sneaking up there?
I do.
Past that red line?
I do. I think they're going to get in.
All right, Calen Carr with the hot takes. All right, now we are going to move to the Eastern Conference table. We've got Toronto, NYCFC, and the Red Bulls all tied at 48 points. Both NYCFC and the Red Bulls picked up all 3 points this week. Toronto with the draw, but they all secured their spot in the playoffs. But as we know, only 2 teams
Yes.
get that bye. But we had this conversation. How important is that? Like how
Super important.
Because you're going to end up playing a ton of games in a very short period of time, right?
Exactly. The playoff format, you want to avoid that play-in game because what's going to end up happening is you're going to have that decision day game on the weekend. That's going to be a tough one, fighting for their lives. Then you're going to have to potentially go on the road for a midweek game and then turn around and play a first leg of a semifinal conference game on the weekend. That's not a format that you want to be in.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But, okay, question. If you get some momentum, though, in those games, I mean, that can kind of propel a team, right?
Yeah, I guess
I mean, you can kind of ride that wave for a little
2012 with the Dynamo,
Yeah.
we went on the road on Halloween, played a cold game in Chicago, won 2-0, and then turned around and played just a couple days later against Kansas City at home. We had a lot of confidence going from that first game, and Kansas City was well rested. We end up getting enough of a lead in that first round game to make it through to the next leg. So it can work in your favor, but look, you don't want to take chances with games on the road, weather, tight, especially for some of these older teams like NYCFC that have some aging guys. It's going to be a little bit more important for those teams, especially to try and get that first leg out of the way and not have to worry about that play-in game.
I want to talk about NYCFC a little bit because you said, we were talking before this, you were saying that this game, yes, they were playing Chicago, but it was kind of a definitive win for them. And I want you to kind of elaborate on what you meant by that.
Well, I start looking this time of the season for big results because I think they can be indicative in both directions.
Yeah.
Big wins, big losses. If you look last year, Portland goes to LA, beats the Galaxy on the road, scores a bunch of goals. That really sort of propelled them forward. Same thing with Columbus Crew. They demolished DC late in the season and give you a little bit of a window of, hey, maybe this team's going to really push on. And those 2 teams obviously met in MLS Cup. And for me, NYCFC, I'm not saying they're going to make MLS Cup for sure now because they've beaten a team at the bottom of the table. But you do have to look at some of these trends. Orlando, another team that's maybe trending in the opposite direction.
So, Calen, I'm glad you brought up Orlando because we need to talk about them and what is going on with their defense. They have given up 12 goals in their last 3 games. They dropped basically a 6-pointer 4-1 loss to DC, and after the game, Jason Kreis,
None
too pleased.
He was not happy.
Do I think that there's a little bit of a lack of leadership problem in this team? Yeah, it's one of the things that we identified before we came. I think that some of the guys have done a good job to step forward and take a little bit more of a vocal leadership role, but we're not quite getting enough of it yet.
So what's the deal? What's going on there?
It seems a little bit dejected, of course, challenging the players a little bit to have a little bit of fight. When you give that many goals, some of it comes down to attitude and effort. And give credit to DC. Yeah. Those guys showed it. Patrick Mullins again, scoring goals.
Yeah, Patrick Mullins has been on fire. 7 goals in 11 games for him.
They seem to really be clicking right now. If you look at the bottom of the table right now, for that last playoff spot, New England, Orlando City, I think you have to give DC the edge. Of course, they've got 1 point ahead of New England right now. But I think you look at the team's play and the way they're trending, you got to give DC the edge, holding on to that last spot.
Put them above the Revs in that category. Well, they're going to play again. DC and Orlando will face off again on Decision Day, October 23rd. But I don't know. It kind of feels like this is sort of slipping away for Orlando.
Yeah, they're trending the wrong direction, but things change quickly. You never know.
Absolutely. All right, well, there were plenty of other games that you could have checked out if you subscribe to MLS Live, including Mauro Manotas' hat trick.
That's an interesting one for me. I think he's a guy that fans in Houston have been tweeting about, clamoring for more playing time. He was scoring goals in the Open Cup, friendlies, and he's a guy that Owen Coyle refused to play. And now you see Wade Barrett comes in. He's given this kid the reins. Young guy, he's standing on top of the ball for that first penalty kick. Rare to see for such a young player. Got his first goal just in Kansas City the week before. And now he's got that confidence, getting a hat trick. He gives them something a little bit different. He's got that pace to be able to get in behind. I think that's a really positive sign, looking forward for the club, and the fans are happy to see it.
Houston playing spoiler.
Yeah, I've got my cup today.
Look at, that's nice.
It's just
I
hot water, though.
Giving some love. I know, you're so weird. And Portland, man, still winless on the road this year, which is pretty crazy considering they were the best road team last year.
Didn't do themselves any favor with some bad giveaways in the back.
Okay. Sporting Kansas City, they boost their playoff chance 3 points in San Jose. The first time that they have won there since 2000. It's a big win for them.
Huge win for Sporting. They really needed this one as well, and so did San Jose. I think they may be behind. You could see Dom saying that one really damages their hopes of making the playoffs.
Winless in their last 6 games.
Yes.
Yeeks.
But Sporting, Dom Dwyer again with a goal. You want to see your best players get into good form heading into the playoffs.
Fatherhood has inspired him.
It has, yeah. He's fired up. That kid wants a trophy.
All right, Calen. It's time for my favorite part of the show.
Did you see that?
Did you see that?
I love this part.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
You go first.
No, you go first.
Me?
Ladies
You want me to go first?
Why
All right.
not?
I want to talk about that free kick from Gashi because honestly, you can't contact the ball more perfectly than he did. That was such a weird game. Colorado scores 3 goals. You think, you feel pretty good about that. And then Vancouver, who couldn't buy a goal for most of the season. They put up 3. It was just a weird game.
Yeah, I think this is sort of a throwaway.
Yeah.
Hopefully for
it was
Colorado.
It was not at all.
Missed opportunity for them though. They had a chance to try and catch FC Dallas. Now they're tied on 48 points with the Galaxy. So missed opportunity, but I think they're going to push this one behind.
Okay.
them. I'm still behind the Colorado Rapids. I'm on the bandwagon.
All right, and what's your? Did you see that?
Oh, Alejandro Bedoya, first MLS goal. Congrats, Ale. Nice finish. Actually, excellent finish. It's probably going to be up there for goal of the year. A nice little chipper, really casual, just over the top. And they get a good point on the road, even though there was some controversy at the end of the game, a penalty kick call that wasn't called, that Michael Bradley and Josie Altidore were not too happy about.
Yeah, I think Bedoya surprised himself. I think he even referenced that after the game.
Really?
Yeah.
He played it cool at least afterwards. He had the kind of the pretty chill celebration.
That was really pretty. You called it, man. You're like an oracle. The Crew beats New England. Nobody saw that coming, but you did, sir.
Actually, Columbus in the last couple of weeks has really picked up a little bit momentum. Have pushed forward, and it's been the other Kamara, Ola, who's been getting all the goals.
Ooh, Kamara versus Kamara.
Kai actually got booed by the Columbus fans in this game. And Kai's my boy, but I'm actually okay with that because I think it shows that it's not a remark on him, what he did in the community, because he was a great ambassador. But he left the club, and they've had a rough season. I think some of it's been to blame, so they feel good saying, hey, we've got our Kamara scoring goals, and this was a chance to really keep their season alive as well. So, yeah,
Does Kai watch
doesn't
the
mind
show?
being the villain a little
Does
bit.
Kai watch the show?
Kai's gonna call me later about this, I'm sure.
I expect to hear all about that.
Yeah, we'll see. I think he's, hopefully Kai will get the last laugh in the playoffs.
All right, guys. Well, before we go, I want to remind everybody you should follow all of our social platforms tonight. We are going to be at the FIFA 17 launch party, big time. Going to be hosting a little FIFA tournament between Keegan Rosenberry and Jack Harrison, which is going to be
Hitting
super
the sticks.
fun.
Are you gonna play?
Hitting the sticks. I might play a little bit.
Yeah?
I'm not very good.
Really?
Yeah, no.
You at least have give some effort,
I try.
hard work.
Calen, I always put in effort in
Okay.
everything I do. This is the truth.
I should know that. Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, you're doing all the heavy lifting here.
Listen,
Yeah.
it's my job. Guys, get busy in those comments, okay? We honestly, we really do read them.
Yeah.
And so if you have questions for next week, whatever, we'll get in there and answer them. And it really is us, I swear.
Yeah, I'm commenting every week.
Yeah.
First like, first comment.
Calen, he's very sensitive though, so just be nice to him, all right?
I am a little sensitive. It's okay to be
He is.
sensitive.
He's got a soft skin. It's okay. We'll get there, buddy. We'll toughen you up.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. Remember, keep tuned into MLSsoccer.com for all your MLS updates. We will see you next week. I am just give me the straight coffee. I need a little rocket fuel.
I actually go just hot water.
It's so odd, Calen.
I like it. It's good for the vocal cords.
Is it even hot?
Up.
How long does it stay hot?
It's warm.
It's like lukewarm. Yeah.
It hydrates you. It doesn't have the caffeine, and it just
You don't even
it
add
helps the cords.
lemon to it or anything?
No, I did. I heard supermodels do that.
They
though.
do.